Okay, so we've covered the landing page tab. In my overview video, I've explained what the orders, log and leads tabs are, and they're not very important. They're static collection, data collection tabs. So the next one we're going to tackle is the social media. Now, what needs to happen in here? I've assumed that you are already integrated with your social networks. So what you need to go and do in the media is you need to go and choose firstly which posts you want to go out. So everything is set as default to active. But if you don't want a particular post to go out, you can deactivate it just by unticking that active box. I'm not going to do that because I do want that post to go out. Now you can't change the title. This is something that we're unable to do in the system, but you can change the text that goes into Facebook and Twitter. Remember, we don't integrate with Instagram just yet, but we are working on it, so we've left that there. And what you need to do is, if you like what we've written, then you can just click copy, and then you can just do paste and paste in those two boxes, and that's job done. Now remember to keep this, you must keep this lead collection URL in there. So you need the little asterisks, you need the lead collection, the piece of text inside, the straight brackets and the closing asterisks. They are very important because what that does is that merges in your unique URL that takes them to the voucher payment page or the voucher sign up page. So you just leave that as it is, and the system will do it automatically for you. All you need to worry about is just changing the text so that this suits you. Okay, so as I say, if you're happy with what's there, then great, copy it and paste it in there. If you want to tweak it, then you can do that in both places or whatever you want to suit both posts. So that's the most important thing there. You can add any hashtags if you want to. And you don't need to click update each time you refresh a new post. You can do several and then click update, or you can even go right to the bottom if you want to. A couple of other things I need to point out to you here. So this will go over to Facebook with these pictures and this piece of text that you've decided. But remember, for each one, you do need to copy and paste that text in there. If for any reason these are left blank, then it will just hop that post and it won't send that post out. The other thing that I need to point out to you is this disable landing page URL. Now what that will do is it will take out, or it will effectively disable, it won't insert that lead collection URL. You don't need to take it out yourself, the system will do it for you. So if for any reason you don't want them to have the link to your voucher page, which wouldn't be my recommended route forward, but if for any reason you did want to disable that link to that voucher, that purchase page, then you can just tick that little disable landing page URL and it will remove that when it posts it. So that's the only other thing that I needed to tell you. And if once you've done a few, you just click update and that will refresh and everything. Sometimes it throws you out, sometimes it takes you back again, and you will see that those things are saved there. So you just need to scroll down and pick all the posts that you're happy that you want to go. If you're happy with all of them, you just need to repeat that process. It's very quick to do a Control-C and a Control-V for copy and paste, or if you're on a Mac, I think it's Command-C and Command-V. So that's just a very quick way of, or you can click that copy button and then Command-V to paste if you're on a Mac, or Control-V on a PC. And there you have all your social media, and you just need to go through one by one and do those, or deactivate any that you don't want to use. And then once you've done that, that's your social media setup, then you just need to go into the setup tab and then schedule things here. So you've already done all of your landing page, so you've set your vouchers, you've set timings. It's quite important not to trigger your social media to go out until your page is ready for action. So remember, in the landing page you've got the voucher start and end dates. You kind of need to coincide and time these correctly so that the social media doesn't go out encouraging people to click these only to find that your voucher page is not live yet because your start date isn't timed the same. So just be aware of that. So what you want to do is you go in here and you need to click active if you want to post to Facebook, and if you want to post to Twitter, you need to click active there as well, just so that you know that they are switched on. You need to decide on your post schedule, which is how frequently it posts, and I set this as a default, as 1 per day is normally my default, but you can change this to be more frequent if you'd like to. And what will happen is if, say, in this campaign, say there are 6 posts in there, and you choose to do 3 per day, and that will churn through those posts in 2 days effectively. But if you've got this set for longer than 2 days, it will just cycle back to the top and start again. So it will never sort of fail to post. It will stop when you tell it to stop. It will just keep cycling through, starting from the top and working down in that order again. But we're going to leave that at the default setting. And then you need to make sure that the start date is after today. I would recommend that you don't try and trigger a campaign today, because if it's set to 1 per day, it goes out at 7 o'clock in the morning, so the good chance that you've missed it already unless you set it before 7. So I would always suggest that you set your campaign start date as tomorrow, and then your end date whenever is appropriate for your voucher campaign. And then once you've got all of that set, you click update. I've obviously done the rookie error and put a date in that's behind today, so that wouldn't work. It wouldn't trigger for me, but I'm not trying to get it to trigger anyway. But in your example, you would set, we're on the 25th of November today, so we would set it as the 26th. There are 6 posts in there. I want them to go 1 per day, so I want that to last for 6 days. Although it's a Christmas campaign, there will be more posts in here when you open this campaign, so you will be able to make it last for longer, so don't worry about it. I'm just doing for illustration purposes. At this point in time, there are 6 posts in here. I want to do 1 per day, so I would set this to start on the 26th of November, and I would finish it 6 days later. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd probably finish it on the 2nd. It's not the end of the world if it starts again and posts another repeat copy, so don't worry too much, don't get yourself too caught up about this. Click update, make sure it's all updated, and then you should be good to go. But there are standard things that are always a problem. The reasons why things fail is that normally you haven't copied and pasted and saved that text in there. That is usually the error that is a reason why a campaign won't start. Otherwise, these haven't been turned to active, or your campaign start and end dates are incorrect. Sometimes people forget to change the end date to put it after the start date, so it won't even trigger, it won't even fire, because the end date is, yesterday, so it won't start. So those are the kind of things just to look out for. And obviously the other thing is to make sure that you are correctly integrated with Facebook and Twitter, and make sure those integrations are working fine, and you should be good to go.